Menteri Ramba Kejela Ukanrat Kesama Babadru ya kepala tingkat ke Sarkar Ulong bagi Sarkar Meghalaya Democratic Alliance kelamang pisah Kambon hingga Kampenroi kebelak kiu syaka kat perapasan nak kembang tingkat ke Bamencim Senem haba jubah mentah kesengi ya kejengkeren haluar kembang tingkat Ukanrat ulak kedo Bamentau Senem ke Sarkar kelapan kiu ya kembang tingkat hak tenat dilekai syaka arts part 100% nak ke Bamencim Senem Menteri Ramba Ulong Bamencim Senem ke Sarkar kelamang yang ketanat dilekai tang rip kendai kelur kat ba mentah kelapan kiu syaka arspa ibai kelur Menteri Ramba Ulong ba mentau Senem ke Sarkar kan penmi naladehi hado arajan rius pa kelur nalor bon kimat ba kani ke Sarkar kan le Menteri Ramba Ulong ba ke Sarkar kelapan dep bat pediang ya ke education policy mission Senem ke bade kejing job ke bakongsan hak juga por ulah pentip ke Sarkar kelapan kiu ya kejing sim khajna na ke 8% syaka 100% ya ki kali kejimpen kiu ke barit lada yanujor bat kiwe Kejela kem ke Asam ke balapan kiu syaka perapasan hak ni kejingkeren jengu ke ban jandap Shikenta Ukanrat Ulong bagi Sarkar ke lau joru syaka Supreme Court hak ke bakalapan jubab nak ke Sarkar pening halor kejing ujor ke Meghalaya ban pelait ya ke MMDR Act kenang menyok ti duyong hak Kejela Ukanrat Ulong bagi kejing sakut kejing khang ti duyong kedai nambar bagi Sarkar barim ke klem bodien ya kejing thok berketenat kol Ministry House Nam Arja Khatsan ban pelat ya ke MMDR Act hak Kejela lingba ke jimpen benar ban penmi do Presiden Kari ulong bakani ke Sarkar kelalap ya kani kakam baka sateng hak kol Ministry de hadian belabut dien beniak ya ka Henry hak juga por ulong baka Sarkar kamla ban subhati duyong klemya daru ya kemariang hak juga por Ukanrat ulong baka Sarkar keladep ban penkrek ban pentrikam ya kakam risnyang ni ke pigiri mission hak jingbang pisah ke belong arspa klor bat kemba ibai pon san paulak teli kilong yeng kinyo jumentai na kini ke skim ulong makadon sibon kalat ban taukam na kini ke kam risnyang namar bahadu mentah Kejela kelak ban penmi dok senyang tang siajar arspa metrik ton kat ba kejing dawa dok kalong hadu arjar kendai spa metrik ton hak ju kepor ulong bagi Sarkar kelak sim khia bha ban tek lakam ya kejingwan je kibriu banabar tangba haba kale ya kini kan haban perkhat dia kitu kibriu kibawan kum kinong jingok kai kibawan trei bat kebayat lingba ha kini Kejela Menteri Ramba Ulong bagi don sibon kikam bagi Sarkar kan le Henry Kampala ban penbena menta namar bakadang terikam ke an election MP shwa ya kini la yoru ya kejinyatainya balawan ra kiamli na kaliang persya berkumju na kaliang sencar halor kimat beper
just to give a basic glance and again a reassurance to all our members in the August House that this budget, especially from the development budget aspect, you will see that a lot of stress really has been there for few certain key sectors that we have talked about. So just an example to our honorable members, that sports and youth affairs is something very critical, especially keeping in mind the national games that are coming up. The budget for that from 2018-19 of 65 crores was enhanced to 201 crores this year. That is an unprecedented jump of 206%. We had a major jump in the medical and health sector. 613 crores in 2018-19, which we increased to 740 crores in this financial year. That is a 21% jump, again an unprecedented jump in the kind of work that we're doing and giving importance to. So like that, so you will see that on an average, the developmental budget almost saw an increase of almost close to 18% compared to last year's development budget, sir. And as I touch on few of the concerns that have been expressed by the honorable MLAs, I will also elaborate few points on what are the areas that and what are the sections that we're going to be focusing on. So there was a concern which I think a lot of members had expressed about the fiscal deficit of the state, sir. So the fiscal deficit compared to 2018-19, which was at 3.48% of the GSDP, which is an amount of 1,150 crores, had gone up in 2019-20 to 1,323 crores, which is 3.68% of GSDP. So there are valid reasons for this. So number one reason is that the revenue gap grant that we received from the 14th Finance Commission, so that has been reduced very significantly. In fact, in the year 2019-20, the revenue gap grant is going to be reduced by almost 213 crores, sir. And that's a huge amount, and that can more or less justify the amount of increase that we are seeing from last financial year to this financial year, sir. Another major reason why we saw an increase in the fiscal deficit is the effect of the 5th Pay Commission, which took place from 1st of January 2017. Sir, an additional salary of amounting to almost 1,000 crores was increased, and that is one of the major reasons why this deficit had to go up. But having said that, sir, I am happy to inform the House that though the fiscal deficit has increased, our revenue deficit is not there. In fact, we are a revenue surplus state. Compared to last financial year of having a revenue surplus of 495 crores, this year the government has a revenue surplus of 738 crores. So therefore, sir, if you look at the other financials and other aspects, it is a very positive trend. And having said that, sir, there are challenges that we face. But at times, as a government, we need to ensure that we give the necessary importance and necessary budgeting to the concerned departments. Sir, as you're aware, even if you look at the state's own taxes, we are looking at a healthy jump, and we're going to be getting a tax and non-tax revenue of almost close to 2,600 crores from our own state resources, sir. So therefore, there has been a healthy trend. And not only that, sir, we do expect that in this financial year, there will be other programs and schemes and other mechanisms of increasing our own taxes and the non-tax revenue, which were not explicitly mentioned in the budget speech, but the programs will be taken up. And we do hope that we will be able to meet this target of our own state revenue and, in all likelihood, go beyond the amount that has been mentioned out here. So therefore, sir, the issue is something that we're concerned about. This is the physical deficit, but it's an issue, as I said, was something that was mainly because of the revenue gap grant that has been that is not there for this financial year, and the increase in the 5th Pay Commission for the salaries of the government employees, sir. Sir, there were some concerns about the Water Resource Department, and certain MLAs and our MLA from Mawsyngram had mentioned about the river Ungi and river Umpung, where Balat and Dangar area was serious concerns of soil erosion was there. And so in this regards, the department has already submitted an estimate of 79 crores to the Central Water Commission. And we do hope, sir, that this project will move forward. But as of now, the department has already taken up this project with the Central Water Commission. At the same time, sir, there was a concern by the Honorable MLA, Mr. Saleng Sangma, regarding the dams not working in a lot of irrigation projects. And I do appreciate the points he mentioned. But I must inform the House that there are certain dams which have been damaged and are old, which may not be working, but majority of the irrigation projects and the dams are definitely in functional condition, sir. Sir, Honorable MLA from Pulbari had mentioned about the Chibinang PHC. Sir, the Chibinang PHC has been completed, and the creation of the post is under process, sir. And here I would like to mention that the entire idea of the government saying that health will be our priority, it's not just simply to say that it's going to be priority. So it's not a statement we're making. But the whole idea being that every single mind, every single hand that works in the government will ensure that every opportunity we get, we will try to push the health sector in whatever capacity and possibility and funding that we can do, sir. And that is why areas like these where projects have been completed, many projects, sir, I'll have to touch them, I will not remember them, but then all these projects that are completed, not inaugurated, completed, post not sanctioned, our whole idea is throughout this year, we will try to ensure that health sector is structured as much as possible. All the projects that are just lying idle are activated, and there's a certain level of importance that will be given to the health sector. So therefore, sir, we will definitely look into this matter. This is a very important aspect, and appointment of the creation of the post and sanction of the post is something that definitely the government will be considering in this year, sir. So at the same time, Mr. Rakam had mentioned about different mission mode programs. I'm happy, sir, after hearing the honorable member's speech, that there is definitely a change in people's mind and thought process. And I can see that people are connecting to this mission mode programs that we are starting. And I think a mission mode program is a well-structured program with a specific time period and a specific target and a specific, audience that we have. So therefore, this mission mode program is something positive. And he had mentioned about pumpkin. Sir, it's an area that you can definitely consider. And we will definitely examine this, this proposal that has been given by the Honorable Minister, by the Honorable MLA. And he had also mentioned about the horticulture hub in South Garo Hills, and I think he is aware that already there's a horticulture hub in Kashuapara, and so therefore immediately there is no proposal of setting up another one, but definitely we can examine this matter also. And also, sir, the different programs have been put up in South Garo Hills, as was being mentioned by the Honorable MLA, that his district and his area has received a large amount of funds, and even then he's not very happy, I could see, but still we will try to do our best to improve it also. But even through tourism, sir, Siju Cave is something that is very well known. It's a unique selling point, a USP for the state, and I think it would make an absolute sense for the government to promote that. And that is why, keeping that in mind, through Swadesh Darshan, we have decided that a certain amount will be projected for Siju Caves. So an amount of 9 crores for development of Adventure Park and Siju Cave Interpretation Center, cafeteria, approach road, parking, solar illumination, etc. Is being taken up in order to promote Siju Cave and the surrounding area, sir. And so while I talk about Siju area, Honorable Member had mentioned about the need to have a CNRD block, sir. So this matter will be examined, as there is a demand for CNRD blocks and subdivisions and districts also, sir, from different areas. I can see you nodding, sir. But all these matters, sir, will be examined at the appropriate time, sir. Sir, there was a mention about the tragedy that took place in Kasan, and I had replied to this yesterday also, but I would just like to touch on it, that to be specific, that the amount that was has been spent already on this rescue operation has been about 1 crore 93 lakhs 60,800, and this is not the end. We expect that the amount will go up in the future. Sir, also I'm happy to inform, which of course is not enough, but some of the honorable members, including Mr. H.M. Shampliang, had mentioned about the damaged schools, LP school and UP school. And sir, it has been a very big concern for the government also, and every opportunity we have got, we have tried to ensure that these schools are given the importance. He mentioned specifically about some schools that have been damaged during natural calamity, and in the last financial year, 200 schools, sir, had been restored, and an amount of almost 2.56 crores has been spent to repair and restore these 200 schools. So Sir, some of the members had mentioned about the education policy and the guidelines about whether teachers can be in politics or not. Sir, you are aware that the government last year had come out with an education policy, and the entire objective of this education policy has been to really streamline and really make a policy forward so that we can improve the overall education sector in the state. During that time, when the education policy was passed, it was felt that every government school and the teachers who are working in it need to be focused on education, sir. And therefore, there have been many complaints in the past where we found that teachers were involved in campaigning and playing politics. And therefore, like for government employees, it is a rule that government employees cannot engage in any political party or affiliate themselves. So this was more or less a natural extension of that idea and that concept. However, sir, in this regards, no official notification has come out yet. So therefore, it is still in the policy only, but official notification in this aspect has not come out, sir.